Hi folks, I'm Mark Polk with RV Education 101, and we're here in Hershey, Pennsylvania for the 2014 RV and Camping Show. And today we're discussing an important topic, and I get questions about this all the time. Electrical issues aren't really my strong suit, so I've got Mike Sokol here, who is an RV electrical expert, safety expert, and electrical engineer. And what we're going to discuss briefly is everybody's probably experienced this if you've been RVing at all for any amount of time. You're out at the campground, you're plugged into an electrical source. Next thing you know, a thunderstorm approaches and you've got lightning and rain and thunder, and it's like, what do I do with my RV? So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Mike, what do you do with your RV in this situation?
Okay, thanks very much. Okay, first off, the safest place to be in any sort of an electrical storm is in a building. If you happen to be in one of the built structures, that's by far the safest. If you're in your RV, yeah, go ahead.
So basically, you should have some type of an emergency plan for bad weather in the first place.
Right, you don't want to be stuck out in the middle of the field, and you certainly don't want to be in a boat. Those are like really bad areas. But if you're in your RV, you can be relatively safe, and a couple of things to be aware of. First, you really want to disconnect your shore power connection. Many of those wires that run around the campgrounds are very close to the surface, so if there's a near strike, those voltages can come in and damage your electrical system inside of your RV. Secondly, because you're inside of a metal cage, it forms something that's called a Faraday shield. So even if your RV was directly hit by lightning, if you're inside of the RV, as long as you're not sticking your hands outside of the windows, you will be safe from the lightning strike. Now, this has nothing to do with having rubber tires or having jack stands up or anything.
You hear quite often. You hear, if I'm in an RV, it's got rubber tires, so I'm safe.
Right. That lightning has already come thousands of feet down through the clouds. It doesn't care about going another 6 inches through rubber. It just doesn't care. But now, that's only if you have an RV that has a metal frame or aluminum skin. And you will not be protected if you're, say, in a pop-up camper with a canvas top.
Absolutely.
So if you're in a pop-up camper with a canvas top and it's lightning, you want to get into your car, your vehicle. And I always tell everybody that's when you turn on a little music and get your camera out and get some really pretty shots. My wife and I love watching lightning storms, but we do it from the safety of inside a vehicle or inside of an RV. And if you do that, you will be safe. Now, one of my other readers noted the other week, who happens to be a television service technician, he says, tell people to wind their antennas down. So if you've got an antenna on your RV and lightning hits it, grounded or Faraday shield or not, it's probably going to burn out all of the wiring going to your television for your antenna. So I would say wind the antenna down, disconnect shore power, and run on the inside. Now, if you happen to have an onboard generator, it's absolutely safe to run the generator inside. And also note that putting your RV jacks up on blocks has nothing to do with isolating you from a lightning storm. The jacks can still sit down on the dirt. That's perfectly safe. And don't worry about any of the other stuff, as long as you get your pets and yourself inside. Wait out the storm.